All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Warriors Daily. So yesterday we saw a report that the Utah Jazz, for Lauri Markkanen to ship away Lauri to the Golden State Warriors, they wanted B-Pod, they wanted Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, and a bunch of draft picks. Well, today we're seeing a different report. So according to Shams on Sirius XM, Kuminga is a name, but the Jazz are more focused on B-Pod. This changes a lot, in my opinion. I was reading this article over on NBCSports.com from Kurt Helin, and he kind of outlined it. Folks, just before we get into this, the reason I didn't want to do this trade yesterday was, Moses Moody, man. I love Moses Moody, but at this point, in his NBA tenure under Steve Kerr, I just don't know if he's going to get that opportunity. And the issue for me is you want B-Pod and Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody and draft picks. I'm all set there. You're going to need to give me more than just Lauri Markkanen. But we're going to get into this report here because although both teams seem set in their own ways, you never know. They're running out of time. Both teams are running out of time to get a trade done. So welcome back to Warriors Daily. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Dubs content. If you try and get this video to 100 likes, I would really appreciate it. So here was the article. The Jazz appear to be on path to re-sign Lauri Markkanen. The price to trade to Warriors reportedly starts with Patty Zemski. Utah management has been clear from the start that they intend to re-sign Lauri Markkanen and keep him as a part of the team's core going forward. However, the 27-year-old all-star forward is in his prime and not really on the Jazz's rebuilding timeline, and the expectation in league circles is that Markkanen will get traded within the next year. Now, the Warriors were hoping to pull off that trade this summer, but as his style, Utah's Danny Ainge is keeping the asking price high, and the sticking point appears to be Brandon. Reports of Shams Charania of The Athletic. I can never say Shams' last name. Utah understood the Warriors would never give up Kuminga and B-Pod. There we go. And Shams said on Sirius XM that the Jazz's focus was on B-Pod plus the 3 first-round picks plus some swaps. That price was still too rich for the Warriors' blood. They wanted to add Markkanen to Kuminga and B-Pod along with Steph Curry, forming the team that can compete with the top of the West. So actually, we got 2 more sentences. Let's just finish up this article here. August 6th is the big day. We know that the day he has to sign it to be eligible to be traded, the February trade deadline, there's a 6-month trade moratorium on a player after he signs an extension. So we keep saying that on this channel. You guys are aware of it. Lauri Markkanen, if he signs an extension on August 6th, that means he cannot be traded until the trade deadline on February 6th. And if he signs an extension with Utah Jazz past August 6th, aka August 7th or beyond, he will not be eligible to be traded for this upcoming season. Conversations with league sources at Summer League in Las Vegas made it clear the expectation is the Jazz will still re-sign Markkanen to a massive contract on August 6th, and the trade talk will die down until the deadline. While he could get moved that day, the expectation is that Markkanen trades will be a topic for next offseason. Maybe things shift in the next 2 weeks, but don't bet on it. The sides seem pretty set on their position. So I was really hopeful all the way up. Earlier today, I was really hopeful all the way up until I read that last sentence here. I think Brandon is a really good basketball player. Last season, rookie season, 74 basketball games, 9.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, 3.7 assists. He shot over 45% from the field. He shot 38.5% from downtown. Really, the only issue he had was being a 63% free throw shooter, but he was getting over a steal per game, just about. And, I'm telling you, this guy is really good. He's a really good gadget player. But unfortunately, folks, I still have Draymond Green. And I don't think I really need Brandon if all it takes is Brandon, B-Pod, three first-round picks. I'd love to actually get that number down. If Utah, for some reason, if all it took for Lauri Markkanen, according to Danny Ainge and that report from Shams, was Brandon and 3 first-round picks and a swap, what I would do is I would throw Brandon in there. I would throw Moses Moody in there. I'd do maybe 2 first-round picks, and I'd run with that and see if that can get the job done. Now, Brandon's a phenomenal gadget player. I think he's a really solid defensive guy. I think he's a really high IQ player. But if Golden State is serious about wanting to win a championship in the next couple of seasons, and by the next couple of seasons, folks, I'm talking 2 or 3 years. Draymond Green, hope retires a Warrior. Steph Curry, I hope, retires a Warrior. But God forbid a dude like, Draymond Green leaves. Steph Curry's not getting any younger. And so my whole issue was, he's 36. He'll be 37 next March. So you have the whole season pretty much up until playoff time that he'll be 36. But like, man, I just think keeping Kuminga over keeping B-Pod is just raises the floor. I think it raises the ceiling. I think it raises the floor. I think they are a little bit more limited with Brandon, but like, that's the whole thing is Golden State's culture and their system. You need guys willing to work off of the ball. You need guys who are willing to play winning basketball, just high IQ players. And that's exactly what Podziemski is. But Lauri Markkanen's an all-star. And Lauri Markkanen's been averaging 24 points and 8 rebounds and 2-3 assists on 40% from downtown the last couple of seasons in Utah. And you'd be able to keep Kuminga. The only reason I hated that trade was, first off, look, mortgaging your picks, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But at this point in time, I don't know why Golden State would not do it. I don't know why Los Angeles wouldn't do it. Any of these teams with these like Hall of Fame, some of the best basketball players of all time, aka Steph Curry, LeBron James, I would go all in on the president. But I do get it. You have to be a little bit cautious because, just because you can trade for Lauri Markkanen doesn't necessarily, or I should say, just because you think the fit for Lauri Markkanen on Golden State is good doesn't necessarily mean that it would be good. But I think he gives Golden State much needed size. He's a very versatile, able, agile defensive player. And I'm just, thinking of a lineup with Steph Curry, somebody like Buddy Hield or D'Anthony Melton at the shooting guard position, or hell, even Kuminga or Wiggins. And then, your small forward, I mean, that's actually probably what it would be. Your starting lineup next season, folks, would probably be Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, and Lauri Markkanen. That's your starting lineup. That's a championship starting lineup. On the contrary, Steph Curry, B-Pod, Kuminga, Wiggins, Dre, it's a good lineup. The future's still very bright. And yeah, I got a bunch of players off the bench, TJD if I need a little bit more size, Kevon Looney. But folks, Golden State needs more size. And in my opinion, they need a much more big man scoring. Can't just only be the Steph Curry show. Can't only be the guard show. I think Golden State is severely lacking in the big man scoring department, and that would get it done. Lauri Markkanen would get it done. They'd be immediate finals contenders. I still think they are somewhat finals contenders, but Lauri Markkanen they'd be a top 5 undisputed final contending team. So let me know your thoughts. It's a lot of draft picks and it's, a talented young player, but let me know your thoughts, man. According to that article, don't expect anything, but whenever I hear stuff like that, it reminds me of like Brandon Ayuk. We've been hearing, months. Brandon Ayuk's going to be a Niner from their GM. What do you do today? He requested a trade. So that's it for me. Let me know down below. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. We'll see you soon.